A very good afternoon, RD sir, sir, our Ombudsman, sir, Mr. Kamalakan, RD sir, Mr. Thomas Matthew, and all other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I'm really sorry for being late. I was part of a committee that was giving a presentation to chairman on what was what will be going to do for women empowerment this coming Women's Day, and I'm happy to announce that most of our recommendations got approved, and we'll be launching many things during the 8th of March. That got me delayed and very sorry for being late. So aptly so, this topic is also a loved topic for me, and it would be wonderful to interact with you all. But of course, while after coming here, I have realized that my audience is men. So I will have to tell you all how are we together going to empower women. Is that okay? Are you all with me in this? Right? That way it would be easier for us to implement whatever I was going to tell the women here regarding financial literacy and financial planning. As we all know, economic independence, either for man, woman, any family for that matter, is paramount for feeling confidence, for feeling things are under control. When you call empowerment, as you see, what is empowerment? You feel empowered when you feel that you are in control over things that is possible. Research all across the world, not only in India, has always said that women are not participating in their own financial planning, leave alone financial planning of the family. So, how are we going to make this their priority? I had brought in some tips, some points which I wanted to convey to them through you all. First, I would like them to feel that they can contribute, and in a center like Trivandrum and in a place state like Kerala, all of us know the contribution of women is more than 50% in any field, or almost equal to 50% in any field that you take on. In my bank, it is more than 50%. So the kind of contribution that they make, are they aware of it? Are they feeling proud of it? That is one thing. First is they contribute, they are capable of contributing, and they do contribute. This recognition should come from them first. Then be aware of the basics. What are the basics in financial? What does KYC do? What does my Aadhaar card mean to me? Where do I share my other credentials? Where I do not share my other credentials? How important it is for me to keep my original Aadhaar with me? Do I put it in a DigiLocker? These are the few things that you'll have to think of. Where do I share my KYC credentials? Second is, what is the difference between investment and savings and expenditure? This is the amount that I am getting. How do I allocate the salary or allocate my resources into different buckets? How do I budget? How do I allocate? These are small things that first we should know. Then comes the basics of what is the credit score mean. Many of them may not even know. They may be giving a guarantee. Old school thought was this, that when I used to be a field officer, people used to tell me that if you are giving a man a loan, please put women also along as a co-borrower, because normally women do not give for it. So there all I have been added as a co-borrower. Do I know my liability? Where I am giving a guarantee, do I know the liability that I have? Do I know the importance of credit score? Do I know the importance of basic taxes? What are the taxes that I am paying? What I am paying? So these are the few basic financial literacy terms that each and every woman should know. Secondly, take interest in your finances and your family's finances. So when it comes to planning, budgeting, and also when it comes to financial planning, demand that you also a part of the process. The consultative process should include you as one of the components for which you will have to do a financial literacy, basic things you should know how to contribute to the planning of the family. Insist on a participative decision making, plan together for wealth creation and also for budgets. Ensure that the budgets that you create, that you have for the family is being meticulously followed, not only by you but all the other family members also. Then comes, first is the budgeting, how you allocate resources, then comes the insurance. Most of us love to insure our vehicles, but we do not insure self. Many of us do not have health insurance, and many of us do not put ourselves first before anything else. So I would suggest that basic, what is life insurance, what is health insurance, what is the card that I have, which hospitals that it can cover, what are the types of illnesses that is covered, what are the types of illnesses that is not covered, how do I encash it when I am sick, when my child is sick, when my spouse is sick. All those things needs to be taught to them. That is one of the most important things as far as insurance is concerned. First comes health insurance, then comes life insurance. When I am not there, what will my children face? If I am contributing 50% to the family finances, if I am not there, my spouse and my children are going to find it difficult to manage with one person's salary. So my life is equally important. How do I ensure my life and also my spouse's life? These are the basic things. This does not require any education, but unfortunately, here in our country, even after having good education, people don't learn these things. This is not taught in the schools, this is not taught in the colleges. We as bankers also learnt it very, very late in our lives. So how does the investment go? Next comes is the investment after insurance. How do I, if I have a child, if I all of us will retire one day, and I also have a child, the child will go for education. If you see today, two expenses which have grown like anything out of the inflation. One is the higher education, second is the health. So if I have an insurance for healthcare, how am I multiplying it and keeping it in touch with the cost of the medication, that is medical treatments that is available. The second is the education. Same, if my child is born today, what would be the cost of the education that I am dreaming for my child? And whenever it happens, we know when will it happen. That their child is born, when we know that at the 18 years of age, they will have to go for higher education. Do I plan for it today? Similarly, my retirement, I am not going to be the same. Many women who work in the informal sector do not even know that these kind of opportunities exist. So people who are working in the formal sectors who can do a literacy program for them, that would be wonderful. To teach them that your insurance is important, your investment for your child's education is very, very, very important. They can go for RD, they can go for PPF, they can go for safer options in mutual fund SIP also. Today there is an SIP for 250 rupees also. So there are lots of opportunities for them to save for different requirements of their life. These two requirements are something that we will have to definitely insist on them saving for. Ask for equal weightage in the assets that the family owns. When you buy an asset, together you are contributing to the asset, ensure that both the names are there. These are few things that if you insist upon and if you feel more and more contribution will automatically come. People will ask you more. People normally take it for granted. We ourselves do it. We ourselves do it. When it comes to decision making regarding finances, we allow others to do it for us. It is not only here, all across the world, there are so many studies. Can we make this insist, all of us here, can we insist on our women doing this by themselves? Can we empower them? Can we make them literate enough to financially literate enough? Education is not that helpful in this because formal education does not cover all this. And last, work as a team, whether it is your spouse, partner, or it is your friends, try to learn from each other so that you are able to do the best planning that is possible with whatever funds you have. And if nothing is possible, ask for expert advice. That should be possible. These are the few priorities that I thought I should be conveying here to the women who can be conveyed this again and again, again and again. Start with knowing the basics, take expert help, ensure what is your right, go for having equal participation and also equal name in the assets being formed for the family. With all this, I am sure, and secure your children's future, secure your health and family's health. All these are very, very, very important facets. This should be taken care of, including the credit score. Thank you, and thank you for giving me this opportunity.